The content on this channel has been created for adults. If you're not at least 13 years of age or older, then please do not watch this content. Sorry, dude. Come back when you're 13.
Yeah, baby girl. You know what I wanna do. Come on. Yeah, baby girl.
What's up, family? Welcome back to another video. It's your homie Faith Chase, aka Crossifex, aka Chosen Effect, back on the deck, getting ready to wreck the set, and don't you forget, guys, always a pleasure to be kicking it down a notch with my favorite family, the #1 family on YouTube. That's right, the Off Tap family. And guys, I want to start by just saying I appreciate you guys. I love all the support. It's freaking awesome, fantastic. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And you know, I love you so much. So with that being said, what I want to do is just quickly talk about the reaction requests, because you guys, you know, as you know, some of you know, you've put in requests, and we kind of had a big surplus of requests that I had to play catch up with. I'm happy to say that once again, because when I made my last announcement about the priority requests being caught up, suddenly I got a lot more priority requests. And I'm happy to say those have been all cleared up. So we're back to 0 with priority requests. And with the regular reaction requests, obviously we are going to catch up on those now, because we have, you know, we have a significant amount of those that need to be done, the regular reaction requests. But the priority ones have all been caught up. Thank you. The grind don't stop. So now, with that being said, one of the things that has been a hold up on some of my reaction requests is that some of them, for some reason, which I don't know why, whether that was, you know, on the software, whether it didn't come through, or whether it was like you guys forgot to put it in, or whether, I have no idea. I have no way to kind of tell what went wrong. But all I know is that I have some reaction requests that come through, and there's no song info there. There's nothing there. Which then is kind of a like, okay, what do I do? You know, kind of moment. Now, basically, it's important that you guys check your spam folders, because when I do come across those songs, I will send out a message, an email to your email address that's registered with your account to say, hey, we got your reaction request, but there's no song there. If you could just quickly shoot me an email back with the title of the song, that would be fantastic. You know what I mean? So you guys got to make sure you put in a working email address, one that you actually check, and also check your spam folders, because a lot of times emails end up there that don't get seen in the mailbox, and people, you know, it happens all the time to everyone, not even just, you know, small, you know, businesses, but big businesses, big companies. It happens. They always say check your spam folder. Check your spam folder from time to time. Check your regular folder from time to time. If you add my email address to your contacts, offtaplifeusa@gmail.com, if you add that address to your contacts, it will go straight into your inbox. It won't go to the spam folder. So take a moment to do that if you haven't already. That's a good idea. But most importantly, just make sure you check from time to time. If you have a request that hasn't been done yet, check and make sure that I have the right info. So, and only check, that means, no, wait, let me change that, because I don't want to get 8 million emails. Let me change that. Only check your inbox to see if there's a message there from me. If there isn't one, then don't send me an email. Don't stress. That means everything is good. I don't want everyone just saying, oh, I just double check and thought I would send that. Don't do that. Enough emails. Alright, the other thing also is, if you are wondering about your song or thing like that, you know, if a request or anything and it hasn't happened yet, or even like if you have like a merch order or something and you want to follow up or check up on it or whatever, anything like that, make sure you send an email to offtaplifeusa@gmail.com. That is where I check that stuff, okay? And please only send emails that are like, you know, like, I don't want to say business related, but, you know, like related to the channel, like as far as like requests, merch, that kind of stuff, to that particular email address, because I don't want to start getting like a million emails to that address where I have to try to seep through, you know, search through to find things I need to find, like for requests or things like this, and then I'm just getting a bunch of emails there that just say, hey, just thought I'd say hi. Like, that email is not meant for that. Like, and I was going to say that because, like, I get email messages across so many different email accounts that I have. I get all these messages across social media, Facebook, freaking IG, Twitter, everywhere. So, yeah, let's just leave that email address for the business stuff if we could, all right? Just for business related things, like with the website related things, with business inquiries, you know, sponsors, deals, whatever, that kind of stuff. Let's put that stuff there, okay? Don't send me the, hey, just catching up to that one, all right? Just please. All right. Yeah. So I will check that email address. Also, don't put in the comments, because luckily sometimes I will catch those emails, you know, that you put in the comments about, hey, just wondering this or that or whatever. And like, I get so many comments now, guys, as you can imagine, across all my channels. Like, it takes me a while to go through them. Like, I hope you guys can appreciate how many different channels I have and how many videos I upload each day across said channels. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of comments that one video gets, depending on the video, you know, there's tons. So you can surely understand if I'm uploading 10 videos in one day, and even if those 10 videos, even if they only got 100 emails, 100 comments for that video, 100 times 10, that's 1,000 comments just one day. I'm daily dropping this stuff, as you guys know, so you can appreciate how, yeah, it's, you see what I'm saying? It could take me a while to get through that stuff. So that's why, if we kind of simplify and say, okay, business inquiries, reaction requests, any of that kind of stuff, if you need to get through and get an answer, or you're wondering something related to that stuff, or anything related like that side of the world, sponsored, reaction requests, merch, whatever, blah blah blah, go to that email address, okay? Please make my life easier. Because, yeah, I just, you know, I get lucky sometimes, and I'll catch one of those emails, like, it'll show a notification at the right time when I go, oh, okay, that's important, I'm gonna check that one. But I don't get that fortunate all the time, you know what I mean? Because most of the time I'm filming or I'm editing, and yeah, you see a problem. So I gotta specifically be looking at comments to see comments, and if I've got 1 million comments on 1 million videos, which I have a ton now, as you guys can appreciate, yeah, it just makes it challenging. So that would clarify that. What else do I need to say? Yeah, so we are, and if I don't send you an email saying that there's an issue or anything like that with your order or anything like that ever, then that means everything is Gucci, guys. I don't have, means there's no issues, means there's nothing wrong or anything like that. It just means that it's in the queue, and yeah, obviously you see me guys every day grinding. So we'll you know, we're gonna get to it, whatever it is, it'll all happen. So you only need to reach out to me if I've sent you a message saying there was an issue. Otherwise, that means everything is Gucci. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. Okay? So, yeah. So you guys know. You see me every day. You guys know what I do every single day. I keep you guys in the loop. Plus, you see literally me every day. I drop videos every day, and that's not an exaggeration. Some people say they do things every day, and it's a little bit of an exaggeration because they don't. I do what I do 7 days a week, as you guys know. So, and it's the passion and it's the love, and because I just enjoy being able to share this with you guys. You know, this is a cool experience to be able to share with you guys, and it's a lot of fun, and I think our family is awesome. And guys, let me tell you, my high point, my favorite part of the day, like seriously, and I don't exaggerate when I say that, but after all the hard work's been done, the grind and everything, to be able to just spend those few minutes in the chat with you guys and being able to talk and just hang out and chill and stuff, I love being able to do that. I also love the live streams. I think they're a lot of fun as well and stuff like that. Oh, I should also talk about memberships really quick. The memberships, another one of my freaking failed ideas, kind of. It's not failed because I didn't have memberships. It's failed because it became confusing. I even confused myself with my memberships early on. And then I changed everything. And then my software wasn't working the way I needed it to make everything run smoothly. So then I had to change things again. And now my memberships is just a big bleh. You know what I mean, guys? And so let me explain what I mean by that. So for you guys that don't know, I started up with my Patreon. I did have Patreon, and I had, you know, a few of you guys were signed up to my Patreon, and then I did that for like 3-4 weeks or something, and then I realized that Patreon wasn't really good for me as a, you know, person who's out here doing the grind and the hustle. You know, for me in my situation, you know, it's not like I have, you know, super huge amount of, you know, followers where it won't matter. Like, we've got a substantial amount of people now, and it's growing, of course, you know, but at the moment it's not like, you know, we don't have freaking 10 million or something, you know, but it's growing, right? Anyways, the thing that happened was I realized that Patreon takes their cut out, you know, and then they take their percent, and then it gets taxed by, for me, I would have had to pay tax back home in the States and here as well, double taxed on something that was supposed to be, you know what I mean, like to help me out, to survive, to do whatever, you know what I mean, like, so you take that and then you take their cutout, and it's like, and that stuff always annoys me, because I'm like, dude, but like, I'm the one doing all the work, and, you know, the grind and the hustle, and these other parties are just coming to the party to, you know what I mean? I was like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's not logical. You know, especially when realistically it's kind of like a donation thing to help, you know, creators to keep going, you know. So it's like, I felt like I was, you know what I mean? You guys understand what I'm saying. So anyways, it just wasn't viable for me. It just didn't make logic to me in my brain. And I was looking and I was like, why am I doing that anyways when I can make my own website? And at the time, I already had my own website. I'm like, why don't I just do this myself? Why do I need that? So, yeah, that's where disaster. And don't get me wrong, like, one thing I do like about Patreon software is it's, you know, it's well, they designed it for this purpose, so it was perfectly perfect, and it was really good. But it was just too hard for me, and me having to just, you know, I'm not even living back home in the States. It's just so messy. It's just so messy, you know. So I was like, this doesn't make logic in my brain. It doesn't work. I don't like it. And so I was like, I'm going to simplify it and just keep it all on my website. Well, it seemed like a good idea at first, and then disaster struck. So the automated subscriptions, you know, for all the websites. So I've got like, man, this is dirty. I've got, you know what this is? I just realized, guys, not to change the subject real quick, but my hands are so dry. Is anyone else's hands super dry from overwashing them every day? Like, my hands are so dry, and I mean, I be putting the lotion on every day, multiple times, and it's still dry. It's like, just, look at this. This is crazy how much it's just peeling off, man. Like, anyways, yeah, so what happened is with the subscription service was that on my website is that it was supposed to automatically take payments once a month, and then I've discovered soon that the membership program that I use for that on my website wasn't working properly. It wasn't doing it automatically, and so it caused a big problem. So by that time, I had some people who had already signed up. So then I tried to find a different program that I can infuse into my website to make it work, you know what I mean? So it'd be automatic and everything would be sweet. And I thought I found one, and then I moved the payment system to that, and then the membership program itself decided it wasn't going to work friendly with that program. It was all just a big fiasco. Anyways, long story short, now when you go to sign up, I have a sign there that says, a message that says, use Stripe for memberships. And like, you have to use Stripe. And because if you use PayPal, unfortunately, the way I've got everything set up, I can't get, with my setup, I can't get subscriptions to come through PayPal, to automatically happen anyway, automatically. Which means I have to then send reminders out to you guys, which I don't, it's all automated. It's supposed to be anyways. I don't think it's working. Because it just seems like it's not. Like, and I tell you why it seems that way, because I have tons of, well, not tons, but I've got some people who have signed up to become members of my Patreon style membership thing on my website. And the automated thing, first of all, didn't automatically do what it was supposed to do, so that didn't happen. And then the manual thing that's supposed to send out manual messages to remind you that it's time, that time of the month or whatever, I don't think it's worked, because it's just I don't know. So right now I'm calling that a big fail. I just don't know. So I'm I appreciate the support, I appreciate the love, but I think I need a better system with my whole setup. I just don't know. It just doesn't seem to be. I mean, it's set up right. Like, now it's set up. If you sign up right now, like, and do it through Stripe, it'll automatically work. Everything would be like sweet. It would just work flawlessly. But if you didn't do a Stripe and you went to PayPal, or you was already signed up before I had to make that change with the other system or whatever, and I tried to manually put people into the membership thing after the fact, and yeah, it just failed. It didn't work. So I don't know. I am absolutely like this with that. So the one thing that is working really well, I can say at the moment, because it's YouTube. So YouTube, they got their system and everything freaking flawless, is the club memberships on YouTube. So you can sign up on those, and their automated system works however it works. I know nothing about it. I don't have to deal with it, you know what I mean? I don't get a billing thing or anything. They just do what they do. And I guess they bill you guys automatically or whatever. I don't know how it works. I just know that I don't have to worry about it. They just do it. They take their cut. And I could put all my Patreon style tiers that I have on my website. I could have a bunch of different ones of those and put on my YouTube. But then I'm getting back to the Patreon kind of thing where because YouTube takes their cut from that. And it's like, I'm only charging $1.99, man. Like, you know what I mean? For the club ones. And I'd have to have these other tiers. And I know other people do it. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just don't know. So, I like the idea of everything being on my website. Like, I like the idea of that. So, I don't know. I think what we need to do is, if you are a member on the website, and if you did not receive an automated payment that came out, and or if you did not receive a letter telling you that you know, reminder or anything like that, like an email thing, or if you didn't receive, like, just shoot me a message to offtaplifeusa@gmail.com if you're confused or wondering about any of that stuff, and I can check and confirm for you, because yeah, right now it's, I can tell you the last time I looked, it just I think like a couple worked, and it's just, so now it's set up work, like the website, the subscription service, everything is set up from this point, works flawlessly. Do you know what I mean? It's just the back ones that were before when I had to swap over, and the automated thing that's supposed to remind if you don't pay through the Stripe. So you have to check out with Stripe if you want to become a member, because my PayPal, if you check out it, you can do it. If you don't like Stripe and you have to use PayPal for some reason, you can use it, but you will have to manually remember to take care of your subscription. Like otherwise, yeah, like I said now. So if you want the convenience and the ease of not having to worry about it, use Stripe. It'll be automatic. It'll just happen. So, okay. So I thought I would cover that because I haven't actually talked about it, and I know it's like something that is, you know, some of you may be wondering. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, shipping, merch. Okay, as you guys know, COVID has caused some issues with production of different things, shipping, all that kind of stuff. Now the good news is, if you're in the States, if you were in the USA, if you were back home in the States, the people who have ordered merch and are in the States, I can see that every order except for anything before Saturday. Yeah. Anything before, let's just say last week, because that's the last time I really checked, like Friday or Saturday. Anything prior to that time, I can see that it all was flawless, and I know that you guys received it, or you will receive it today. Anything from last week or before, like I can see it's all good. Anything over the weekend, obviously, will probably, I would say, this week or next week. If you're in the States, it will happen good. If you're overseas, yeah, there's some issues. I'm still waiting for a lot of things, like as far as people have told me they've sent stuff from the States, like a lot of you guys have said you sent me fan, you know, love, you know what I mean? Some little packages and gifts and things and all this stuff from the States. I know there's merch that's been ordered by people to here, to Australia and things like that. And also, you know, like just even, it took a long time even for a letter to come, guys. I had from Google. I was waiting for Google to send me their freaking AdSense pin thing, and it had taken 3 months for a freaking like postcard sized letter thing, you know what I mean, like that, to come, because I found out they shipped it through ships. Because of the COVID thing, it didn't go through the air. It actually went by boat. Did you know they still send stuff by boat sometimes, like some letters? Like, you know, obviously sometimes big things go by boat still, like, you know, a car. Or like a big, you know what I mean, a crate of something. But yeah, ship is still freaking, I didn't really know that people still did a lot of simple basic things by ship. But for COVID, for whatever reason, the post office here said they were. So there's delays. If it takes that long for just letters, you know what I'm saying? If you're in anywhere other than the States, like States, things still seem to be happening. So, you know, if you're in the States and you order merch, long story short, if you're in the States, I can say you're probably Gucci, especially now that they're even furthering, easing up restrictions back home. You're probably going to be really Gucci with receiving stuff. But if you're overseas, depending on what country you're in, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So I guess we just got to be patient as far as that stuff goes with the post office and shipping and things. And I don't know, I think things are going to start getting a little bit better around the world, because a lot of places are starting to ease their restrictions a bit more. And as things start to ease and become a bit back to normal, there will be a period of time where things might flow pretty well, I think. But let's be realistic, guys. There's going to be a small period of time, I think, this is my prediction, that that's going to be the case, because as soon as freaking I give it the next 2-3 weeks, between 2 and 4 weeks, with all these protests and stuff that's going on all over the place, man, and people not freaking keeping the social distancing happening, and everyone's getting complacent and thinking everything is back good and all this kind of stuff. I hate to say it, but I believe there's going to be a second wave. I really do. I believe it's going to be people closing up stuff again, and I think the next time things get closed up, because it's going to get freaking probably really bad, the next time it happens, I don't know, man. It might stay that way for longer than this time. And they might say, oh, we'll just wait till the vaccine, which may never come, guys. So I don't know, man. It's a crazy time, but what do we do, right? We'll just keep moving forward, keeping our best foot forward, I guess, and stay positive and hopeful that it doesn't get as bad. I mean, hopefully enough people are doing the right thing, but from my experience, from what I've seen, there's not enough people doing the right thing, man. There's more people who just don't seem to care. I hate to say it, man, but it's what I see. Ever since then, I'll tell you quickly, even the WHO made that announcement lately saying that they recommend, the WHO, World Health Organization, recommends that everyone wears cloth masks while out in public now. At least just a cloth mask, right? They recommend everyone who does that. That was their recommendation, and that's not happening. Back home in the States, we already had that as a rule in most places. A lot of states had already implemented that rule as law, that you have to do it if you go in public. And in Australia, they don't have that rule. It hasn't happened. Zero. So I'm literally one of a few people that every once in a while, like if I go to Costco, everyone's wearing masks, man. All the people who work there, you see them with the mask on and stuff. Like, I'm really impressed. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. They've all got the mask on and everything, man, and that's cool. I'm one of the few people, though, as far as, like, just regular, customer kind of person walking around anywhere that I've been. I don't see anyone else wearing a mask, man. Like, nobody, man. Nobody. Zero people. I mean, these protests that happened, I saw some people wearing them on the news. You see some people were wearing masks, which is great. But not everyone was wearing them. So I don't know, guys. People are just acting like this pandemic's over, but so I don't know, guys, moving forward. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess we just got to be positive and do our best to protect ourselves, be mindful that our families, the ones that we care about. Don't worry about if you look silly. Don't worry about if you're the only one wearing a mask. I say just do it. Just, I've got my little cloth freaking bandana thing. It's better than nothing. And I've got some real actual masks, but I think I told the story somewhere about those. They need to be burnt. Just because, another story for another day. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video here. Yeah, so thought I would catch you guys up with all the information. And yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything. And I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys so much.